Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to make a little duckling friend. I have given you all a kit in your craft bag, and in it you should find a little bag with all the things you need. So the 2 parts of the duck, and a little beak for him, and some stuffing, and a needle and thread. Now, of course, the needle is sharp, so be a little careful here when you get started. What you're gonna do is put the 2 parts of the duck together like this, okay? And his beak, his little cute bill, is gonna go in between the 2 pieces, okay? And if it falls out while you're working for a few minutes, that's okay, but that's what it will do. We're gonna leave the stuffing until the end. So, to start, we're gonna go ahead and start up here at the duck's tail. And taking your needle, you're gonna put it in between the 2 layers to start and pull all the way up until you hit the knot. And then that part is gonna be tucked inside. Okay, then you're just going to sew together the 2 parts. And you go like this. Can you guys see that? Through from the front to the back, and you pull all the way through, okay, until you have a nice little stitch. And then from the back, go through the 2 layers again to the front and pull all the way through. Okay, you're gonna keep doing that all the way around the edge of your duck's body. Now, sometimes kids, when they're first learning to sew, they go around the top by accident, and that's okay if that happens too. It will hold your duck together either way. In fact, some people like to do that kind of a stitch on purpose too. But for my little duck here, I'm gonna kind of keep it simple and quick. And just go around like this. Now, you'll notice that I'm getting around to the part of the duck that's going to be her head. So I have to make sure I pick up that little beak again, the little orange part. This part is a tiny bit tricky, okay? You want to tuck that in there so that when you get to this part, your needle and thread are going to go through 3 layers. They're going to go through the yellow part, and they're also going to go through the little orange beak to hold it in place, kind of like a sandwich with the 2 yellow parts and the orange part in the middle. So you want to make sure that you get all the way through the 3 layers to hold the beak into place. There you go. See, now our little guy has a beak. We're just going to keep going all the way around, and I'm kind of going a little fast, but you can take your time with this, especially if you haven't done much sewing before, because you don't want to poke yourself by accident. Okay. Keep going all the way around. Until we get almost to the end, but we're gonna stop before we're completely done and put some stuffing in. So I know you're like wondering when we're gonna get there, but we have to be patient and not just skip ahead to the end, because you want to make sure you leave a little space in there to put the stuffing in. I'll show you in just a second. So now I've gone all the way around the duck's body, except for the very back, like the tail. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this white stuffing and put some wool in there for you guys, and I'm gonna poke it in with my finger poke until my little duck is nice and plump. And I'm gonna use my finger to poke all the way up there so some of the stuffing gets up into the little duck's head too. Okay, there. Now if you have too much and it doesn't want to poke in, you can always take some out. You don't have to use it all, but just get it the way you want it. Okay, and then we're gonna sew the last little bit. It's gonna be a little bit trickier because their stuffing is in there, so you just have to be careful to hold the pieces together. You can pinch them between with your other hand between your thumb and your forefinger to hold them together as you go. There, now he's all sewed up. Now there's one part here which you might want to ask for a little help from a grown-up for this part too. This is where we have to tie a knot. Okay, so I'm going to make a loop like this, and I'm going to pull my needle through once and pull it through twice. Then I just tug. Right here we have a little knot so that the thread won't pull out of your duck once he's done. I'm going to take my scissors and very carefully I'm just going to cut above the knot like that. And now here we have a cute little duck friend. I am going to go ahead and give my guy a little eye. I think a Sharpie would be good for this, or if you have a little black thread at home or maybe even a little black bead, you could get fancy with it, but any little pen will do to give my duck an eye. And there you have it, a cute little duck.